everybody, and welcome back to the aftermath of D&D Blender presents Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden. This is just going to be a bit of a breakdown of, it's a bit of a discussion about what happened in the game and just our thoughts and general feelings about it. But today we have with us Telly.
Wait.
There it is.
There it is. Embradell and Freak, or if you want to introduce yourself as your actual name, please go right ahead. We can do that now.
Embradell is perfectly fine. I'll take Freak too.
Okay, cool.
Greetings.
Scorn, Purge, and Stelio.
Hello.
I was Gresk and Craig. And of course, we have our humble DM Finn.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, so basically this is, again, like I was saying, this is just going to be a general discussion, a chat, breakdown, talking about the campaign and the emotional scars it has all left us with.
Yeah. In other words, me.
Yes.
Me.
So yeah, let's just we'll throw it out to the floor. General opinions. How did you all think it went? I guess Finn, we can get your opinion first on it all. Or
Quite good.
Mhm.
Overall, I quite like that campaign. Like, even as written, I would recommend Icewind Dale. It's one of the better campaigns I've run.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it has a really good sandbox structure at the start. The rest of it's a little bad. The sandbox is really good, I think. Giving about 20 missions that can be accomplished from tiers 1 to 2.
Mm.
Yeah, the only problem is then the stuff afterwards doesn't scale very well. Although I guess part of it is I level up players quite fast. If you'd leveled up slower and finished the campaign at level 9, it probably would have worked quite well as written. But good campaign.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Our run through, I think, was also quite good.
Yeah, it's lots of fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like super nervous when I first when I joined, because I hear like about how like this campaign is like really fucking hard. I'm like, oh god, why did I try to join this? But then now after that, I'm like, okay, I dealt the worst. I died.
No 5th edition campaign is actually written to be very dangerous. Even Tomb of Horrors, the Young Portal version, is not particularly dangerous.
No.
The only exception is at tier 1, where poorly written parts can definitely kill you.
Yes, what is it? Lost Minds of Fendelva will kill you
Yeah.
immediately when you get into that fucking campaign.
I guess also, I haven't run it yet, currently running it, but I get the feeling that Rise of Tiamat can very easily kill you if you don't do enough to stop Tiamat at the end. Because you can potentially fight her at level 13, and if you've done poorly enough, she's not weakened at all, and she'll murder you. But generally, 5th edition is not written particularly dangerously. They make out that this is hard, but it's not. When I got you to join, I said it was going to be harder because I make everything harder.
I thought, I guess for me, I'm like the opposite. I was like, oh my god, this is too hard, and I remember everybody was like, oh, this is way too easy. Meanwhile, I just lay dead. I'm the only one who's bleeding to death.
I have no recollection of this conversation, but it
You
does
definitely-
seem in character.
Yeah, there was definitely a couple of points where I was starting to hold back, so I like toughing it up.
Oh yeah, I do remember tempting the DM at least once. Yes.
As the
Well,
as the
actually,
player with the
I
most
think
character deaths-
Yeah.
as the character with them as the player with the most character deaths, I can say it was a very fun campaign. It was never too unfair about what you did, and you were very fair, very cool about revivals and stuff like that, or in the case where you could be revived.
Yeah, I think I probably overdid it. Spelljammer will not be doing it to that level. The comeback but stronger.
Yeah.
That trope is fun, but yeah. The encounter I think that shows that the most is the Cackling Chasm, the Null thing, which is the first one where everyone was in, I think.
Yes.
I thought for sure
I had about 50 to 100 Nulls plus Witherlings. And the original has 4 plus Oh, here it is. A total of 17.
Oh wow! So you really bumped that one up.
And
Yeah,
also
you
most of them are sleeping when you get there.
Yes. Well, that didn't
12,
last.
12 of them are sleeping.
Yeah. Well,
So-
Telly woke them all up with a scream. That's why the
Yeah.
whole encounter kicked off.
They don't include witherlings at all, because they don't really include anything outside of the main book. They only have gnolls and one Fang of Yenogu. I think I added a Flind, because I really like Flinds.
Yeah.
And then later I realized I'd forgotten to add my Shusuva, but I would have added that if I'd remembered it, which is
Oh.
like a demon. It's a demon that gnolls summon.
Oh.
Oh.
It's slightly weaker than a Flind, but it's much scarier.
Jesus Christ.
That was definitely funny, like how we were all like trapped in one room and we're like, I kept missing my shots. Grass kept trying to heal, kept
First-
trying to keep up on healing Scorn, and Emmerdale was doing crack shots, and Scorn was like dying, and we're all like, ah!
Yeah, we created that bottleneck. That was again.
Yeah,
that was the Craig tactic for when we were dealing with the what was it? The ambush of the Cold Light Walkers, and that very early on as we were. Where were we traveling to at that point? I can't even remember that.
I don't remember. We were
Where?
traveling from one city to one. I don't remember exactly.
Wait, sorry, I missed that. That was the...
Charlatan Berserkers. We were.
Oh, the
we had
Shadowland Berserkers. That was it.
when they
yeah.
killed Gresk?
No. This is when
No,
this was
yeah.
when Craig saved the day with his flamethrower in that ambush.
Oh, yeah, really early on.
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
That was
yeah.
that was
Actually, I
a
think it
fun
was-
encounter. I thought you
I-
guys were all gonna die there until you had the flamethrower out.
Yeah,
But I was also like, you know what? That's fine. This is Icewind Dale. It's supposed to be hard. I was thinking eventually you get to the point where you realize you're all gonna die and you'd scatter, and then some of you would definitely die, and probably 2 of you would have made it out of there just by running in different directions. Same with the Frost Giant. If you hadn't been able to summon a giant elk with the bag of tricks, it would have been a case of one of you is selected as prey and dies.
What was the end? What was the end result of like 3 different bags of great bags of
He did at
tricks?
one point have 3 bags of trick. I think he still had
Yeah.
one at the end of the campaign. He just didn't use it.
Definitely. I was somewhere lying around.
Yes, I think I still had that lying around my inventory.
Right. Oh, right. So
Yeah.
there was a point where they had no bags of folding after everyone was thrown out.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
there actually is one sort of thing I thought of over like the week of like just when we were told you like Tim said about this sort of after hour thing.
Mhm.
And we talked a little bit before, like after the final session was the sort of I don't know.
The sort of oral slang.
No. That was no, not that. It was just more like the degradation of like the party from like heroes to anti-heroes to villains.
Yeah.
I started thinking about it because like I started thinking about it because I've been as I sort of see through it and see like that's and sort of I think the point where it sort of started was when like one of us got kicked out, any of us got kicked out from like a town.
And you no
It
longer
started-
liked the towns. You started as a group
No,
of
no.
who was it?
No, it was like mercenaries.
Normandy, Lyle, Craig, Zelo,
Silo.
and Asile.
Actually, Craig wasn't even there in the beginning. Craig came later.
Oh yeah, the other people, but they
Yeah,
died of heart
yeah.
attacks very quickly. Norman died pretty quick as well.
Yeah,
I was like,
but no.
Asile actually had set up as an NPC for if you
died.
visited a specific town.
But he died.
Yeah, he didn't end up going there, so one of the things killed him after it got because it was in
Yeah.
the same. He did go there to fight the. That was the castle. you fought with
Kekonic, I
Yankee.
think? Or
Yeah.
Kedenival.
Yeah,
Well,
keep
I
it
don't remember.
Cardinival.
Yeah, I will
no-
say this campaign probably had the greatest number of player character attrition I've ever seen in a campaign.
what do you mean?
Well, because okay, so the campaign started off with
I've got a folder somewhere of dead
Yeah.
characters.
just run through like the characters that were in the campaign, not so much characters that died, but just characters that existed and then just left.
Oh, actually, I don't have it for the first 2, but
Yeah, because there was the Dragonborn and the Owl characters
yeah,
that were played.
I forgot about the other out. That guy who was really annoying.
Yeah, that I call.
No, not really annoying. It's just his character was like
Yeah, I've
kept
got
on jumping up and yeah.
Hark. It was Hark the Bird.
Hark. Yeah, so Hark,
Yeah.
Iroh, the Dragonborn.
That means to just say that was a frustrating game.
Yeah. Um,
But you do have to admit though, he's flying around didn't really help him all that much. You critted that guy so many goddamn times.
Yeah, it was so funny. It was a
at
straight
long
roll
range
shoot.
javelins, like a 90-foot throw, critting with disadvantage.
But no, it wasn't disadvantage. It was just flat rolls. It was just flat rolls because of the.
Are they reckless? Yeah.
They recklessly
Yeah,
threw them. Yeah, it was
Charlie
just...
Berserkers had that ability. It was funny as hell.
He's like, yes, I won't be touched. I'm an awesome Aarakocra. Fuck you.
So Asile, Norman, Iroh, other Birdman, Dragonborn whose name isn't here. Asile. Yeah, so there's at least 6 from players who aren't even playing anymore.
Yeah.
And then like
And
and then all of a sudden, like after I joined, no one started like leaving the campaign. We
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
it was like yeah.
very consistent schedule.
Yeah, we'd managed to filter out the
Yeah, that does tend to happen. So like
yeah.
that's why Rune continued into this campaign, was because he'd been one of the people from the last campaign who wasn't flaky. Even though Sile wasn't actually flaky, he was very good at showing up. It's just I think he really didn't like the vibe of Icewind Dale dying a lot.
Yes, it was. Like I didn't join up until the other players had sort of dropped out, but yeah. It was the way that it kicks off originally is it's a very oppressive atmosphere, which makes sense. The way it's always meant to be. It's the darkness and everything else, the cold and everyone being completely miserable. I just don't think it's not really a until you get into it. It's not that entertaining. I think for a lot of people.
I think, like, funny enough, like the combat is like scary, but the atmosphere in itself is not that oppressive because, like, it's kind of, and I don't see this in a mean way. Like, I say, like it feels like kind of like a video game because, like, we still are able to craft and get make.
Yeah, that's more just spin systems.
Yeah. Well,
no, there was a certain level of like sandboxness to it that is kind of overpowering because there is safety in the cities, and so the horror can't ever get too dangerous because you can just go to a city and rest.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
I think
Bring it back my. Oh no, you go first.
I think if you ever do this campaign again, or if I do it, an interesting idea that came. I mean, spinning out of that last statement that you made, allow the horror to follow you into the city.
Yeah, I thought that as well. If I ever ran this again, it would be much scarier.
Like, for example, you lose access to crafting materials if you lose fights inside cities. If like monsters come rampaging into cities, or like the shit we pulled with RV Taurus, like have real consequences for that. Like lose access to crafting materials because hey, you tempted a ancient white dragon and it came into town, and guess how that played out.
Yeah.
Oh no, the consequences of our actions.
Actions coming back to roost.
Yeah,
I think something like that would have been an interesting play.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
also,
but
like there's a bit written into the adventure. One of the secrets is Slad Egg. It doesn't really work because 5th edition. If you have a single paladin in the party, it's like no Slad Egg.
Yeah, actually, I remember reading about that. It's interesting.
But yeah, they've got a bunch of secrets like that. Actually, what secret? There were a couple secrets on people who left that never came up.
I don't know. You didn't. Well,
we can talk about that. So yeah,
Asile had Elusive Paramore. Have any of you read the Drizzt books?
Oh,
No.
I know of.
Well,
yeah.
this is literally just they stole Regis from that and take his character and put it as a secret. Someone from Kalimshan, a lawless city down to the south, has a bounty on your head as a secret. Bounty hunters would search the sword coast from. If he'd continued, there would have been bounty hunters eventually.
Interesting.
Ira. I didn't give Ira one. Oh no, wait, yeah, I did. But he made one himself. He was gonna have a fae that he'd made a deal with, and the fae liked taking control and being evil. I don't remember exactly.
No, he would have fit in perfectly.
Would like lead us to being evil. Like, oh shit.
Oh
I
yeah,
think I
no,
gave
those,
Telly one.
yeah, because it really mattered at that point.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
did actually. The debt was kind
oh
of
yeah,
secret.
the debt was
Mm.
their secret. Yeah, but no, I just want to say, but the sort of the derogation into like evil that the party went to. It started for like when the first person got like kicked out of town, and it kept on happening. It was at that point that the party realized that they had to work outside the law in some form or another, even if it was small stuff like that. And then when like and there was small stuff like that, and then or like when you got kicked out of that one entire town for like the ghost thing,
East
which I'm
Haven.
gonna ask. Yeah, or like the no, it was the um
Oh wait, yeah,
where's the
yeah, I
map?
remember the other one, the north
Yeah,
one.
the what? Sorry,
Yeah,
can I
I'm
get
pulling
the
up the
name?
map. It's the
Yeah,
second
the
from the
one.
top.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, with the ghost snow, whatever. That thing. Like when like the entire party got kicked out, I think that's when the like things started being like, oh well, we can't. We have to work a little bit outside the law, even more now because of that. And then I think the like a big turning point. No offense, it's both
Tourmaline.
Emerald's. Yeah, Tourmaline was big turning point is when Gresk and Emerald came.
Mm.
One, Emerald didn't have very pure intentions straight off the bat. That you were were you vengeance the first like starting off?
Yeah, pretty
Oh
much.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Okay.
day
Okay.
one, I was vengeance motivated.
I do
Yeah,
find it funny
slowly
that
went.
Targos actually ends up
Tourmaline.
being the like all right. They're not great, but they didn't get wrecked like Bridgender.
Yeah.
I was trying. I spent a while trying to figure out a way that I could make Duggan's Hollow go for Targos instead, but it just there wasn't anything that would pull away from Bridgender.
It's literally a straight, even a straight shot. You would still hit Bridgender.
Yeah.
This is no good way of doing it. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. I wanted to say is like, especially like when you got into here, even if you weren't doing it with Gresk and sort of Embrodal, things started shifting in sort of mindset of how to do things. Little things that you like when Embrodal got kicked out of the town because he killed that one guy for no reason.
That was an
That
accident.
was an accident. I will say that was an
To
accident.
be fair, I genuinely, at least as a player, that was an accident. I mean, I was just
Yeah.
a character. I genuinely forgotten that we had leveled up and that my cantrip did more damage. I thought, okay, this guy can take what
He can
average
take
hit
a
points
D6
damage.
of damage. A D6 can't kill him. He has 4 hit
Yeah.
points. He's fine.
It was a D4 or something. It was a really weak cantrip.
Yeah.
Anyway, it did
Yeah,
not
but yeah,
quite
no,
play out
so
that way.
yeah, so okay, yeah, your accidental killing, or like the when Grass got kicked out for gambling and killed that guy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that too. Actually, yeah, that son of a
Yeah,
bitch
so-
insulted
so
my
I think-
honor.
I
So
think
fuck that guy.
Yeah, you were the bigger sort of setbacks, but then it just sort of started doing stuff like that, little things like here and there. Just now we can't go in this town. So
Well,
we
also
we figure out ways
progressively when
outside of it. Yeah,
whenever one of your characters died, the new character would be less moral.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
Xylo's a good guy. Purge is Scorn literally is just here to kill people. Stelio was
he's
the
an
only
asshole.
exception, but even Stelio was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I have to say though, like I want to counterpoint saying that like I say we're more like anti-heroes rather than like straight up villains. Because
Tell you when you immediately after coming back from the Cackling Chasm, when you went past Bremen to go to the Dark Duchess and they asked for help, you were just like, yeah, no, there's no money for
There's
us.
no money in it.
Yeah.
They asked you
Yeah,
to kill. They asked you to kill a sea monster. Are you gonna pay us? No. Well, fuck you guys. Let's go.
afterwards Tilly then develop and being like, okay, I am now having a bigger conscience. Like she and after like she spent time with Gress, she wanted to be better and be like not be much of a screw be a big screw up to the team. So she tries to aim to like help people and stuff.
Mm.
But then
Okay, so I thought of a good point. What towns are left?
Oh yeah, what towns are left after
Let's
this?
pull out
Bremen's
the big red
gone.
X.
Bremen's gone, definitely. I know that much. Duggan's Hole's gone for sure.
Well,
Bridgender-
Duggan's Hall just relocated and then is gone, yeah. Even though he didn't actually kill at the end of that session, I don't know if it made it clear, but like, at that point, John can just bomb it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Not that he necessarily would. I feel like he would probably take.
Assuming he cares. I don't think John cares.
I really don't think he cares either.
yeah, we sort of
Duggan's
we
Hall.
sort of forgot about that when
Did you ever visit Goodmead?
I don't think we ever
I
actually
think the Imp did, but I don't think anything else did.
No, the imp visited the woods next to Goodmead because that's where the
The druids.
Yeah.
I think like Duggan's Hole got to like here and then it started like crossing over here.
I think we
Goodmead,
did ditch the druids halfway through, but what was the intention with them originally?
So they were, funnily enough, the first bad guys I added because I thought it would be very funny to have a cult that wants to set the entire world on fire, and they figure if they can set Icewind Dale on fire, they could set anywhere on fire.
It's very sound logic.
They make a good point.
I can't
Yeah.
argue with
When
it.
the imp was, they were always a little bit more comical than the rest of the nuns. Like when the imp visited there, I think it could see that they were digging and making
Like,
various.
Yeah, like a ritual with like pots of oil or something buried.
Yeah, but the ritual was literally just they were burying large quantities of oil under the ice so that they could set it on fire.
Oh, wow. That was...
It
Oh,
was
well,
a little bit
Yes.
magical too with the druid. There was also a magic thing to let it kind of replicate. And
Also be like a
I did end up
pirate.
just kind of just letting Oral kill them in Ithrin because I didn't want to add them at that point. They no longer made a lot of sense because they hadn't been interacted with awfully much.
Oh, yeah,
Well, also I didn't really want to. They were going to be a way to bring in another large monster. The original plan was they'd summon a elemental prince of fire,
Ooh.
Oh,
and he'd burn everything. But yeah, I ended up removing him for. Just didn't feel like he'd fit. I also didn't want to go through the whole plot of fighting them because it was going to be a big pull away from the main thread.
Yeah, one of the
Oh, yeah,
main.
one thing-
There was so many at the end. It just got. It was,
No,
it was one of the things like towards the end of the campaign. I was like, this shit is getting really out of hand.
It really does. So one thing I was like, no, I know one of these like was Caraconic. Definitely is destroyed.
Carconic?
Like the main place.
Oh, there was a thing fight.
Tekeli-li
Yeah.
was where we had... No, not the first thing. The two double
The
things.
double thing. I don't think they
Yeah.
actually destroyed it though. That just blew up a lot. I think it's Targos is half gone because RV Terrace visited it, and one of the things
Yeah.
blew up.
And we had the whole druids fight. Sorry, the whole fight with the druids in the
Oh,
streets.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spargos is mostly fucked, but Enchanted is almost
Little bit.
entirely fucked.
It is, yeah, basically. Well, because also everyone who died got turned into Cold Night Walkers and killed a bunch more people.
Oh,
Yeah.
those Gold Light Walkers would probably just be going on a rampage now.
Well,
Unless they died with auto.
John. One of the things was
John destroyed the ones that were trying to get you. John wouldn't care about
Huh?
those.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
going back to the point about evil people, I think this is the point. Like, for half of our cast, more than half, the answer is either we actively hate or are antagonistic to the 10 towns, or we don't care.
Yeah.
Like, don't care is far too often the answer to everything in our group.
I'm probably the only one who's like, guys, come on, we need to be heroes. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
"No."
You're also old
let's be
Mork.
clear. Yeah.
You're going a little too far. You tried to have a conscience, but with a price. Your conscience came with a price.
I'm getting punished for it. I'm like, oh my god. It's like finally I can do something good. Haha, just kidding. I was actually the opposite the whole time. I am so mad about it. Like, fine.
I mean, to
Oh,
be
wait,
fair,
oh,
that was
again.
also not you trying to be generous. That was you trying to earn a reward from a god. It was very mercenary.
It is
Like, that
true.
wasn't-
It is true.
Yeah. You were just trying to get a weapon or a blessing or something to.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly selfless.
That was one of my favorite things to do.
I mean, yeah, as far as
I
concerned,
looked
that
at
was
the
a good one.
amulet. I was like, hey, this thing, just by talking to it telepathically, it knows your every desire.
Yeah.
So
Does.
that's why it was screaming at all you telepathically, just to, probe out what people liked. And then I was like, oh wow, Telly would be trivially easy to manipulate.
Who's the most gullible here? Oh,
Me
it's this one.
afterwards too. I was like, okay, now to be fair, like yes, I did want to have like a cool like boon out of a god. At the same time, I was thinking, okay, this is a good time to ask Lathander for help because we have a fucking sword lord on the loose and like other potential baddies coming up. And I was like, okay, this is my chance. Now Telly can show that she is like really smart and able to think quick on her feet. No. Hey, get a sword. Like here, by the way, get mind fucked and get a sword arm. And now I'm back. God, it was so defeating. I'm like, God, come on, man. I was a little bit bummed because I was like, I mean,
That was funny.
I think in your place, I would have also fallen for that. I mean,
Yeah.
by the nature of my characters, I might not have agreed to the deal in the first place, but I think I would have definitely fallen for it because I didn't see the twist coming either.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. I actually thought that it was a genuine thing, and then as Finn is so good at doing, just pulled the rug right out from under.
Well, that is why Lathander was so stupid sounding then. Like, I remember everyone was kind of, wow, this god's really chill. It's like Lathander previously hadn't been particularly chill.
Well, see, I actually attributed that just to you, because you don't
that's fair.
You don't tend to do a lot of the voices a lot of the time, so I thought that was just you not giving a crap about the impression. So
Yeah.
I thought there's I like the reason I asked about the sort of Finn body thing was because one, it involved me, and two is because I just didn't see the reason why I actually, because I do scoring better than anyone. Nathaniel and Scorn did not get along. That's why I asked.
Also, I don't think Scorn would give a shit if he was thrown in the ocean.
No, he really wouldn't have. He's like, he would have been okay if he just like threw his body into a ditch.
Oh, it made sense though. Your burial at sea. He was a pirate at one stage.
He was a pirate, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he was a pirate. But yeah, he would have been content with being eaten by wolves. He didn't really care.
The only thing
I think
was that like I think like a little bit personal, but I generally was a little bit bothered about like, and I think I talked about this like after like this one campaign was like everyone seemed to like really we're all working together more for practical reasons, but nothing any more than that. I was hoping like it would be a lot more like I guess like between like Telly and Grass, it's a lot more personal because it was like, oh hell yeah, because there was like an actual emotional connection and development there. I was hoping like maybe with other characters like Scorn, for example, like Telly could do that, but I was like,
they died. That's funny.
The initial setup of the party wasn't Actually, no, the initial setup was a little more friendly. They were an adventuring party, but from then on, because of the frequent deaths, it kind of just got into a loose mercenary group that, for some reason, revolves around Lyle.
Lyle's the only one that's been with in this campaign.
Left, and then John came, and there's that entire situation where John was here for some reason, and then he died. And he died, and then Lyle came back.
Yeah, that was a pretty tragic death there. And that when you bushwhacked us with the thing that time, that surprised the shit out of me, because I think that was actually one thing that I'd said to you earlier on, was that I really wasn't expecting the whole Illithid thing to go on for as long as it did, and at that point I was actually feeling a bit crap about it too, because it felt like the story was revolving around Gresk, and I didn't really want that to be the case.
No, it came down to the fact that there wasn't a lot of backstory to work with anyone else.
Yeah.
So there was bits, but for like Emerald had some stuff, but I couldn't really use it because the Sword Lord was too high level, and I didn't want to let him out yet. So I was saving that for later. Telly's stuff. She paid off the debt.
Simple.
Yeah, we resolved that so well. It was like I think I will say that was probably our only real time of true, I say altruism, I guess that might be the word, I'm not exactly sure. The fact that we just went, cool, we've got a shitload of money, there you go, Telly, you're now free.
I mean, like, I wish I would have gotten through the sad backstory, because the original backstory for Telly was actually a little bit more depressing. Like, okay, basically, like, it's the same thing. Like, she used to be from a poor family. She went to school. Well, she came from a poor family. She is like a thief. She has like a talent with magic a bit, but then like she really wanted to go to magic school, and she begged her parents to take her there, but they tell her like, no, we don't have any money. And then Telly, being a little child she is, threw a hissy fit, and then like was still mad at them up until like her parents like somehow have enough money to take her to college, and she was like so ecstatic. But then it went spiraling downward where like she couldn't keep up with the classes. Like she tried, no matter how hard she tried, she ultimately failed. And then like she didn't like she had to drop out of school. And then like after on that day, like that she was kicked out, she got a letter by her parents telling her the truth, like, hey, we are actually took the debt, and we sorry, like they are like they're not mad at her for her being bratty. They apologize to her, saying like, we're sorry for not giving your dream sooner, but we hope that this will be your chance to fulfill it. We can't wait to see you on your graduation day. And then that was just when it broke her. She was just like, what have I done? I took my parents like I bombarded them no matter she's like basically like noticed like they were like really restrictive with her not with stealing stuff, like don't steal, don't do anything. And then she realized it's like they were just trying to get me to school and I failed them at that. And it's like, and then that would have been worked so much better with like Gress's backstory about like the two of them sharing a common theme with guilt and like trying to make up the mistake that you made. Telly would be like, it might not be the same, but I mean, I get how you feel, like you failing your family and like no matter how, like through your selfish actions, like I get that. And but then Finn was like, can you make it more comedic? I'm like, okay.
I didn't say that. I just said I preferred that one.
Yeah,
because I thought it was funnier. And also, the like tragic sob story, I knew didn't really suit everyone else's. It would just be like, oh, that's depressing. Okay.
Yeah. Well, yes. So, yes. Very sad. Anyway.
Oh no. Anyway. I'm not saying it wouldn't suit everyone's. Emmerdale's is kind of similar, but it's the vibe of the way people played. It would be like, I have this incredibly sad backstory. Now let's go on a goofy adventure.
Living quite goofy.
Telly is a goofy character. I am glad, like, I do love watching like the streams because I'm in it and I'm like, yes, it's me. I remember playing that one part where like I was like trying to get rid of the rope and you're like, well, why don't you keep it? And I'm like, I already have a rope. I have 4 pieces of rope and no one asked me for rope.
That's fucking rope.
Fucking rope.
And then afterwards, like, Gress is like, Emmerdale's like, how are you supposed to get down from there? Well, Telly technically gave me 200 feet of rope. Oh my god! Yes!
I just threw it away.
Yeah.
No! Yeah, you're like, oh, thanks. You put it on the ground. Like, the John and Lyle, or John and Isamenis and, I don't know, Emmerdale, well, yeah, they just threw it on the ground. I'm like, no! Throw it on the ground, they might be important.
Yeah, keep giving stuff away. We just go, yeah, thanks for that. Just don't want it.
What? I was like, I was being generous too. That was like the one part.
Did you drop like some magic items at some point? Is because it was just like tossed into the snow.
Yeah, no, it was
the fireball, wasn't it?
Oil or something like that.
You know, it was the oil of slipperiness because she like that was just a thing. I don't even think that was actually part of the stream. I think that was just
no, it was part of the stream.
Yeah, it was just Telly and I talking about stuff off stream. What we were talking about the fact that she was so focused on using everything that she had. So because she had the oil of slipperiness, she was obsessed with finding the perfect opportunity to use it. And I kept telling her, because you are so focused on this thing, you're not thinking about other things. So here, just give me the oil of slipperiness. I will take it. And then while we're traveling in the Descendant, I just threw it overboard just to get rid of it. And I just deleted it from my inventory. Yeah. And just
or like the bracers of flying daggers she gave to that one, to the chieftain. And he kept and she was pissed at.
Yeah, it's just the fact that she was so obsessed with the fact that she has an item, which means she must use an item. Everything must be used, otherwise it's a waste. And if it's in her inventory, she'll just keep looking at it and goes, when can I use this?
I'm like, come on, let me use it. And you know what the worst part about it though is? It's like, like when
you didn't use a lot of stuff.
No.
Necklace of fireballs. No one ever used a fireball from that.
No, I did.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, I used that at not Revel's End, when we went to the Pillars, when it was the mission when I was with Lyle. I slammed that into the ground to blow up all the flying swords and shit.
Oh yeah, and they all just died instantly.
Yeah, like we got ambushed by a bunch of animated flying swords and things like that. So Gress just took the one fireball gem and just slammed it into the ground and just blew the room up. Like, problem solved.
But then Well, that wasn't the wand of fireball. I had it with me. God, those.
No, that was the necklace of
The necklace of
fireballs.
fireballs.
Yeah.
Because remember, I
Oh,
actually
still-
gave everybody one
There
fireball
wasn't-
off that.
There was a I think everyone could cast fireball. There was only like two necklace points and then one wand, and then other people could cast it at the time. I think.
Yeah.
Or you split it out a good bit.
Yeah.
I think you had multiple
Yeah.
figurines of wondrous power.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah, we
about
did.
those. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
we
we did.
forgot about. It just got to the point where, like,
It's not useful, but
Yeah.
it was just there as options.
yeah. It was also the thing because your crafting system basically made a lot of random objects kind of redundant because if we wanted something, we would build something specifically to.
Yeah.
Rather than just getting a random object and thinking it's like, oh, maybe I can use this for something, and then just dealing with what we've got. So we'd actually end up just building what we needed.
Yeah, and you hit attunement limits pretty quick, which
Yes.
Yeah.
made that a thing. But yeah, like the psi crystals were attuned to for ages.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was definitely proud when I did craft like the wand of fireball. The problem was just that like I was like
You were too
I
afraid to
have
use it.
one card. Well,
Yeah,
was
I
like-
mean, yeah, you crafted it and then used it like once.
like,
twice.
I'm like,
Twice?
oh,
Oh.
One
Okay.
during battle and one during the it was with the
with the
ceiling
dragons.
bitches.
John cast fireball more than you did.
Ceiling-
Yeah.
There was it was for the ceiling ones, the
The piercers.
the piercers.
Ah, that's right.
the
The fucking Sally.
Yeah, you-
Piercers
Silly
are
cast.
so fucking funny.
I know they're
They
great.
are-
I actually have
Okay.
sitting on my desk at the moment. I've got a piercer miniature.
I have a piercer mantra as well, actually. But it's like, I don't need this. If I put it out, the encounter's over.
Yes, exactly. They know. You put it as what's that? It's a stalagmite hanging from the roof. Why does it say piercer on the base? Shut up.
Why is there a miniature?
It's like with like mimics. It's like you can't put down. They just have to be there.
Yeah, you got to put the
They
chest
have to be
down
there
there.
in idea. Yeah, you just have to. The placeholders are like. just
Why are
say,
you
"Oh,
putting
yeah,
out all
that's-
those orc miniatures? Oh no, they're placeholders. Those are chairs.
There's chairs.
Really?
Lots of chairs. Yes.
Chairs.
Well, so I think that happened in what was it? Fucking Mad Mage.
Yeah.
Because there was
Oh,
that room that was.
You forgot. Yeah, you fucked up the of hiding them, the mimics in that one, in like the necromancer room.
Yeah,
Like, you-
it's like
Yes,
every
and
piece of
I-
every piece of
I-
furniture was.
What's her name? Arcturian or something?
I've actually got her miniature on my
Arcturia.
desk. Yeah. Yes, Arcturia. I've got her miniature on my desk as well.
yeah, so we went to Arturia's room, and there was like we had the side characters, the actual enemies, the necromancer, and then we saw all the mimics. It's like, why are there a bunch of mimics? Oh, we shouldn't have said that.
Yes.
Whatever,
Oh,
you know
no,
they're mimics now.
those are chairs. Those are chairs, not mimics at all.
Uh,
Yeah.
So the
Oh,
adventure.
yeah,
Alrighty.
so
Well.
I did have one question.
Oh yes, please. Questions. Fire away. That's what we're all-
The
that's what
oral sword.
Sword of Oral Slaying. I put that in
Yeah.
really early, thinking you probably would never find out what it was, but it would be very funny if you did.
Mm.
And then,
It was.
so it was just Oral Slaying, and then I realized as it was being used against Sephok that he's basically a cleric of Oral, so it would make sense for it to somewhat work against him. It wasn't full slaying ability against him, but it did extra damage when the kobold used it.
Yeah,
And
wasn't
then
it?
yeah, Lyle pulled out his rapier, and I was like, hang on, he only has one rapier.
It was also funny. You gave it to Lyle, who is a worshiper of Oral.
Yeah.
That's like the 3 times thing. Is like it was like we thought it was just like a thing of Oral saying. You gave it to the one worshiper of
Oh,
Oral.
I don't know if I
you-
ever made that clear, but the reason Sephok never went into the trap is because Oral could see through Lyle's eyes.
Yes, you did actually.
Yeah,
You told me that.
You
Yes.
just-
Yeah.
No, I think you did tell me that as well. One
Yeah,
time, I think, in
she
DMs,
the,
but
the whole time you were doing like all that stuff, it like I was literally asking Lyle on the side, "Hey, are you praying to Oral?" And he was
Yeah.
like, "Yes."
And yeah, she can only see through his eyes when he's praying. So that one time that we needed him to just not pray.
the one time he ever prayed.
But he didn't even realize he was doing it. He was just like, "Yeah, of course, I'm praying to my God."
Yeah, I know, but it's like the one time I can even remember him praying to like Oral. He said he was like a fan of Oral and other things, but he never actually. This is the first time he ever actually prayed to her, and it's the
Oh,
first
he
time.
had occasionally,
Yeah.
but yeah, I usually didn't narrate it.
You just asked him the
I
question
think
to
that's
screw us
funny.
over, Finn.
I thought that was funny.
Kind of
Yeah.
definitely
And then
worried.
So
Oh,
looking
yeah.
at the quests, the sandbox area, I'm just seeing what you did. Bremen, you skipped the lake monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never finished the Schwinga thing.
Showing a quest.
Chander, you did actually. This was the first quest you did. It was the goblin sled that you later lost to the frost giant.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Caerdinaval is the castle. You defeat the cult of Levistus there. That was Asile's backstory. Was he was looking for his brother. The thing dealt with them, so that wasn't a problem. Caer Konig was the Durgar, which you did do. That was their fortress.
Yeah.
Duggan's Hole has a quest.
It has
What
a
was-
quest.
What was its quest?
There's a pair of talking wolves that are eating people,
Oh.
and
Oh,
you.
I don't think they're eating people anymore.
No. Well, they are. They're just eating it as part of the city.
No, I think they got eaten. I'm pretty sure they got eaten.
East Haven has the Cauldron of Plenty. Well, the hags with the cauldron.
Oh yeah, we
I
had
don't
that
think you
for
ever
it.
gave the cauldron to East Haven.
No, we never. We didn't. No, we didn't even do a quest. Like,
No, you
we- I
kept
don't
it.
even think we- Yeah, we kept it because we never actually.
I think we kept it-
I think
we
the
kept it-
Frost Giant.
Hag.
As
When
I
the
say,
Frost Giant came, you couldn't bring it with you. 'cause
That was it.
was
We
too
lost.
big.
We lost it. Exactly. That was it. We had it in
Yeah.
the wagon, and we lost it.
But no, the thing is that there was a quest relating to actually getting the cauldron because I remember we just killed the hag. I think.
Yeah,
We
you
just
kill the
killed
hag, and then there is a second quest. If you are willing to sell the cauldron to East Haven, they will pay you for it.
Mhm.
They will pay you 2,500 gold, which is a lot. Then,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and if you barter, he can bring it as high as 5,000.
Oh shit! I don't think it worked. I don't think we had anyone with charisma. But we
No.
had Emerald at that point. I think.
You never even visited Goodmead, but the quest there is there's a giant
we didn't.
stealing mead.
Oh.
Lonelywood has the moose,
We dealt with the moose.
Oh, yeah.
which is less important than the banshee that lives in the woods.
Yeah,
Fuck that banshee.
the
Fuck that
banshee.
banshee.
So-
Fuck that banshee. She almost killed Purge.
yeah. Well,
She
she
also
did.
just
She,
comes back 24 hours later.
Oh,
so
what?
she's there. It's just whenever she's destroyed, she reforms after 24 hours.
what a
Wait, what was
bitch.
that one area? Remember that one area we found due to the moose and we could never go back?
It was the grove.
Yeah, the grove.
I think Finn said that. Like Gress was saying, yeah, I can find it if we need to get back there, and then Finn just says, no, you can't.
And then we never even went to Lonelywood. Like we never had any time to actually go back to check it out.
No,
Never any free time in Lonelywood to actually.
or
check it
any
out. So
real
what was that?
reason. That was the other reason too.
Yeah,
There's no real
there were
point
real
to go
reasons
back.
to check it out.
Um,
So what was that?
Then the last one was Tourmaline. Oh no, Targus has a mountain climb quest, which I deleted. I used that for the Sefok fight.
which we
Oh,
just
yeah.
which we just drove
Which we
up
just-
on the fucking carrion crawler.
I love the
Yes.
Our carrion crawler ATV.
And then Tourmaline has the Kobold Mine, which is one of my favorites.
Ah,
And
yes.
the Ghost. And then
Yeah,
there's
okay, so-
Chapter 2, which is the Tier 2 adventures.
Okay, so
Although
two
you
questions.
did one
What
of them
was-
in Tier 2.
Okay, two questions about the one about the ghost and one about that one grove we found in Lonely Woods and next to Lonelywood and the woods. What was that about?
The Grove? Oh, I haven't looked here in a while. Lonelywood. So the White Moose is awakened by a Frost Druid who... Oh yeah, Frost Druids, they did not figure at all, because they never rolled the random encounter for them. They're oral servants that awaken... There's just this subplot of they're running around awakening random animals, and the animals are evil. So the moose is one, the plesiosaur, the sea monster the lake monster is another, it's an awakened dinosaur. At one point there was a fox looking at you really creepily, that was evil.
Oh.
It was a random encounter, it was just 60 feet away you see a fox looking at you, and you guys were like, okay.
No, I think the joke was I think I said, what does the fox say? I think that was the joke at that point.
You said that it was a
Yeah,
fox.
that was an evil fox.
Ah.
I was like,
That's
went
funny.
in, the fox went away. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we never had. Yeah, 'cause
Did you-
and then
Did you guys, after killing the moose, did you fight a druid?
no, we didn't. We just tracked down the moose. We killed it, and then we went back, and then
No,
found
we
it in
did.
the
We went
tavern.
in. We went inside the area. Was there a druid in there?
I might have removed it.
We were.
but
We were.
I
No,
thought-
we didn't.
I wouldn't
There
have
was
think
there was if you went to the oh wait, No tokens, but it was just it.
Oh, we never used this map.
No, we didn't. So there's no tokens here.
Odd. Must have been on Roll20, which is never going to load.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was here. But I remember like we were in there, and there was like something we could do, but we we didn't. We already completed the quest. We had the moose dead, and then and so we just went back, and we never actually explored deeper. There was like I remember there was something we could have done. I think if we explored more with like the tomb, but we never actually went in.
Oh, you
deeper.
never
We
went
just,
in.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
never went in. We were just there. We were just on the top, and then we were like, hey, we'll
Right.
find it
Okay.
later.
So yeah, the druid is inside.
No, we did go inside because there was a small entrance. I remember we actually went
Yeah,
inside to fight the moose.
No, there was an entrance, but we the entrance, but it was just like a little like we never went inside. There was like an entrance thing. We saw it at the entrance.
There may be locked doors.
Something like that. Yeah, I think something like that, or I don't remember it was something, but like it was basically we did.
Yeah, and Telly wasn't
there,
part of
we
the party there, so she wasn't kicking us out of the way to
Right. Yeah. Here it is.
to
The doors
pick
are
the door.
locked unless the light of basically the moonlight needs to hit it. So you need to cast moonbeam
Yeah.
or put mirrors up, and you didn't ever do that to either door.
Right.
Yeah.
What was
we need to
behind
put-
them though? E8 has an unstrung bow, 6 silvered arrowheads. Okay, I don't care.
Already
The
bored.
E9, the room up here. I don't know if you guys can see everything in the map.
We can't see anything.
I'm not even looking
Oh.
at the map, so there's no point in even describing.
Okay, well, it's
No
a circular room. She's just living in it.
Okay.
There's a sarcophagus. She has an awakened shrub, and there's a potion of radiant resistance and a potion of vitality.
Cool.
Radiant resistance.
Did you see the Spelljammer book comes with rules for entering the sun?
I did. Yeah.
That's great. That is.
And it is you die.
Yeah.
Oh, hello,
I
Semines.
forgot so.
Oh no, he's messed up my formatting. All the things have moved. All the icons have moved.
But welcome.
no.
We're just discussing after hour stuff before you joined, I think.
Any
Yes.
creature that enters a star or starts its turn inside it takes 132 24d10 radiant damage.
Radiant damage.
Yeah.
Jesus.
At least they're through. At least they're through.
Yeah.
They could. At least they didn't put you just die. No, there's a reason.
Yeah.
You just take a shit ton of radiant damage. So if the,
You know, if it's a what is it, a
Angel.
a certain type of barbarian that can resist radiant damage or something, maybe. Who knows?
or
Yeah.
just any are angels like completely immune to like radiant damage.
Yes.
Oh,
I think
I was like, I don't know if there is, but just tell me yes or no. Is there like is there like just a race of angels living in the sun just because they can?
No, there's dragons sitting there.
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
dragons,
solar
I'm a
dragons.
dragon.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
yeah.
exactly.
The star is its lair.
Yeah.
It gets to take
Yeah.
lair actions. I think. Oh, no.
Although it takes layer actions within the star that you can't
Yeah.
survive inside.
Oh no, they didn't give it lair actions. What gives?
Oh really? Oh, there's
I
bastards.
wonder why. Maybe because the entire layer. Is
I mean, it has the- It has under lair 2 properties: stellar incineration, that's the damage,
Yeah.
and also blinding radiance. If you're
That's right,
within
you're
10 miles of the
blinded,
star,
yeah.
you're blinded. There's
That's
no
right.
save. You're
Yeah,
just
yeah.
blinded.
Well,
Seems-
back to
I think that's
let's steer
Back to
it.
Icewind Dale.
Steer this back to Icewind Dale. Yes, we'll get to space later
Where
on.
there is no stars.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, it was that and the Cobalt Soul. The Cobalt Soul. What was that about?
the what?
The Cobalt Soul. With the.
Oh, the Kobold Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're talking about the Critical Role subclass.
Oh no, we remember the because wasn't that like a ghost from the mine? That was something that we worked out because it was a dude that
Yeah, so it wasn't actually a kobold first. It was first off
Yeah.
a. So Trex was a kobold,
Yeah.
yes.
wearing fake wings. He was. He's no smarter than a regular kobold. However, he was carrying that satchel. The satchel belonged to Janth Alawar, a neutral human sage who devoted himself to cataloguing the flora of Icewind Dale. He and his guide were killed and decapitated by a yeti 2 years ago, and his restless spirit has lingered. Trex happened upon the ghost while searching for shelter, and it possessed him. and once possessed him, made him find his satchel and carry it around. He's very possessive of his collection. The satchel contains clumps of moss, lichen, and shrubbery.
Yeah,
gathered from the
because we did Craig did the Mission Impossible mission to steal the damn.
You can kill.
Yeah.
Oh, this is how I was wondering. This is how you kill Arviaturus.
Oh,
You need to destroy the satchel.
Oh,
That will make the ghost lose its connection to the material plane and move on. Like, obviously, you
Oh,
can kill Arviaturus, but the ghost will continue. The ghost
Oh.
won't die until that satchel is destroyed. And at this point, the satchel is now in Arviaturus's treasure lair.
well, no, because it's been with
Oh no, actually, it's on Arviaturus. Actually, she keeps it on her.
no, hang on,
it's not-
isn't it with Craig? Because I stole it.
no, it was with Lyle because Lyle's the.
Oh yeah, someone stole it. Right, I kind of forgot
Yeah,
about that.
but-
She should have been looking for it.
Yeah, no, I think it was either with Lyle because he liked it because it was the cobalt thing. I always thought it was like. with
Yeah, you
Lyle.
stole it. I forgot about that. Yeah, so
Yeah,
she
that-
would she would still be vaguely looking for it, but she'd have no clue where it is because it was stolen before she was even Arviaturus.
Because what I thought happened was that Craig had it on his person, and then because the thing went the what's it called, the
Marit.
Marut, thank you, because the Marut took Craig back to to Primus. There's no way to actually kill Arviaturus because the bag's in another fucking dimension.
No, I thought like Lyle had it because it was like a cobalt thing sort of thing. He loved
No,
it.
I think Craig stole it, and then Craig like almost instantly after that got kidnapped.
Yeah,
Mm. 'Cause they can go back and check the footage, but I honestly don't remember at this point.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I don't think Lyle would want that particularly. He's not a. He just likes kobolds, not their stuff. He'd want to give it back.
I do have a question. If we ever like
Oh,
beat
did we?
Arviaturus, what was like on like that dead person, like the dead person on top of Arviaturus?
The dead person is her former, a wizard long dead who was her friend once and had gotten such a bond that he could ride on her, and she kind of she's very old, kind of doesn't realize he's dead.
Like,
She's
Well,
kind of
what-
nuts.
Was there
Yeah.
anything like on him?
I don't think so, but
Damn it! I really
Yeah.
wanted to steal something back then, but I
I
couldn't.
mean, no. If you ever had actually managed to get up there, I would have rolled up something. But then you would have died.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm already dead, so I mean.
No, permanently. She would have eaten you.
Okay.
Anyways, so and then okay, now move on for like the next quest.
That was all the tier 1 quests. There was then
Yeah.
in chapter 2 is the wilderness quests. So going through those, I think you did all but 2 of these, or kind of. You didn't really do the Goliath ones. You just kind of went to the locations.
Yeah, because fuck those guys.
So the first location is Angajuk's Bell. That's where you got the boat
the
out to
boat. Yeah.
thing. There's actually a quest associated with it, which didn't happen because it had already passed. You only visited it very late. That is, some whale hunters come and try and kill Angajuk.
Can't see anything.
No, I'm not on the maps.
No, he's not. Yeah.
I guess I can just activate that one.
Did we ever meet Angajuk? I don't remember.
Yeah, you
Uh,
did.
Yeah,
we
she.
did.
No, we didn't. Scorn did in in his side
Hmm?
quest.
No, wait. Did you not?
No,
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 it was
no,
here.
they
I don't think you actually got a ride on her though. I think you took your ship.
Yes.
No,
No,
we
no,
took
we took a
we
ride.
took her because
No, yeah, because Betty parked the ship at the bell, and you took Angajuk in because the ship was too
Yeah.
visible.
That's right. We took it across to Oral's lair. That's right. I was wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the map does have Angajuk shown with your tokens.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's that one. The next quest is Black Cabin. That's where 3 of you died.
I love that one. I love that one so much. It was so much fun.
Oh my god, our old tokens! Look at us.
I loved that encounter after Telly got back when we got that fight. How Telly was hiding in that fucking corner, and then the what was it? The cellar man showed up.
Oh, yes.
Right where she was hiding.
That was hilarious. Oh, I remember. Oh, like I just cut down the floor when this guy was like banished. Like I remember they'll banish like one person here, and so I just cut down the floor, and so
So
when
when he
came back,
reappeared.
he just pummeled it down. Oh, and there was this,
Sorry.
and there was this one dude who fell down here all the way down. He survived, but then after the fight with like the frost salamander, this entire thing just fell over on top of him.
So
Oh yeah, this,
yeah. So he survived the cliff fall, but didn't survive the building falling on top of him.
Why is there a Miss Harple here in the map?
Huh?
There's a
there you go.
Miss Harple here. Tiny Miss Harple.
Oh, Squeaker's token is set up incorrectly.
Uh,
Weird,
I was
weird
like, God,
thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, this. Oh yeah, with this ash and something, we couldn't talk to each other, and so we were all just trying to do different things together, and yeah, it was fun.
yeah,
I
the
like
goat.
that.
The
So
ghost
that was the Black
realm.
Cabin. I quite like the Black Cabin. That I ran basically as written, except of course the monsters that come at the end is like one pathetic cold light walker. Nah, bro.
Nah, boy.
Got to add. Oh, it says a cold light walker and 3 ice methods. I think I sent 6 ice methods, 2 cold light walkers, and a salamander.
Salamander, yeah.
Yes, you did. Yeah, yeah.
But that's because it assumes you are 5th level or below, which I think you might have been. No, I think you were 6th level. Anyway, the next one is Cackling Chasm, which we definitely did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
There's a bit of a story here about like the gnolls don't like their leader, but that didn't really come up because they're just like, yeah, let's murder them instead.
Yeah.
The Cave of the Berserkers, also known as the Big Money location,
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's
with the dragons.
Yes, where Gresk failed to procure additional dragons. I was actually really hoping I'd be able to talk the white dragons into joining our group, so that way everyone could ride on dragons, not just.
But then you guys would be like, not be characters, you'd just be dragon people. You'd be people who sit on top of the dragons, which are doing all the damage.
Hell yeah!
Well, then I went up to I became the dragon.
Yeah, then as a menace became a dragon. That's true.
Oh yeah.
Dark Duchess. This is just the RV tourist quest.
Oh yeah.
See how much loot you can pull.
We did quite good. We almost got the wand of Orcus too. Almost. We got it later,
Almost.
so that was fun. That's so cool.
Yeah, but weren't you saying that was actually a fake?
It's a fake in the original.
Yeah.
But then you made it real, and then then
A
I
near
went
perfect
down,
replica. Anyone who tries to attune realizes it's fake, although it does emit magical light, as though a continual flame.
Well,
Okay.
well, yeah, like that part I read, like after the whole campaign was over, it like turns out it was a fake, but this one like it turned out to be real.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
funnier.
It's like, what the fuck
no,
is
it's
that
not
doing?
funnier. It was cooler.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
Ascendant, this was the one you did, I think, at level 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was
Oh,
when
And also,
Gresk showed
you
up,
did
and
it
he
in a
was
session where there was only 3 of you.
yeah. Gresk was laser focused on his quest. He knew where it was. He wasn't gonna, being the arrogant son of a bitch that he was. He said, "Yeah, we can fucking do this. It's all right, fine." And then
Only Perch died.
and
in
the
a most
yes.
unconceivable way.
yes, he got his
Wasn't it
brain
just
sucked out.
Purge, Emerald, and Gresk?
Yeah,
Because Lyle
yeah,
wasn't
it
there
was.
that session.
Yeah, well,
and,
he wasn't
that
there,
was
it
that was the
just-
session that Normandy officially died.
Oh yeah.
He fell into the hole on the way there. He was
And no one noticed until you were there.
exactly. It was so normal and unnoticeable. He was like,
Just
oh
died.
shit, oh, he's not there anymore. Oh well.
So that was It Ascendant. So the It Ascendant starts with 2 gnome Ceramorphs, that's the full mind flayers, and 3 squidlings, which are those weak things.
Mm.
And I added a regular mind flayer as the captain.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
And
then-
again, those little things kept fucking me up. I don't think I survived a single mind blast from anything. They kept tickling my brain and stunning me.
Oh, the little ones have barely any damage, but they still have the stun.
I still have
yeah.
the stun effect.
Yeah.
I could not pass
Yeah,
a
and
A
save.
DC, an intelligence saving throw for 1d4 psychic can be stunned until the end of your next turn. DC 7.
I know,
think
and
I
I
increased that though.
and I
but-
failed every single one.
I think I increased it to 13, but
It's like, oh fuck off.
That was hilarious. I love that part. It was so funny.
after that,
Got my brain sucked. That was hilarious.
Jarlmut, that's the one that Lyle and Gresk did.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not a lot
Yeah.
there. Kind of doesn't tie into anything either, so I didn't.
No,
really
it's
run.
yeah, it was just this little thing. Yeah.
Karkalok is actually the same, although the original plot is going there. Oh no, I kept it. It was going there to rescue the guy who's in charge, because he's not really a goblin, which you did, except
yeah.
that you killed him and stole his stuff instead. Well, you
Well,
didn't
no,
kill him.
he died.
and we
He
so,
died in the coup.
Yes.
Yeah, he died in the coup. We took our reward. We didn't earn.
Yes. Is a minute.
And
Sorry,
so-
sorry. Emredale kicked off the coup without realizing that we didn't want to kick off the coup. So
Yeah.
indirectly got.
Emredale wanted to kick off the coup.
Wanted to kick off the coup
Yeah.
because I was
The coup-
offered power in exchange. Blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, it's true. That's true.
Yeah, the Coureurs wanted to let sort it out. That leader was one to stop it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wasn't a goblin though, was he? He was a halfling.
He's
a
gnome
a gnome, right? Okay.
wearing a
What
mask.
was,
Yeah.
what was the egg? Wasn't there like an egg or something in the loot stash?
No, there
You
was.
said what that was?
Oh yeah, that was a cargo container from the Mind Flayer ship that had fallen out.
Ah, okay.
It was full of tadpoles, I think.
Oh shit! That could have been a problem.
Oh, it's a good thing it fell down a cliff and probably got destroyed.
No, because oh no, you didn't. Yeah, the bag of holding didn't hold it. That's right. It was the egg. That
Yeah, I know. So
It's too big,
and then
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
and a bunch of stuff happening, or no, it was. No, yeah. So it was still been there, but then destroyed in the big old comet spell.
right.
Then the next one was the Lost Spire of Netheril, the only quest I think that you just completely did not even do. That was given as a quest. It was some guy was like, I know where there's a thing full of treasure. Come with me. I get half the treasure. And you were like, I think it was Thorn.
yeah.
He was like,
It was
no,
Thorn.
I think I get all the treasure. Tell me where it is.
He wanted it just to be Scorn, and just him and Scorn. He didn't want to he didn't want me to invite everyone. But Scorn didn't give a shit about what he wanted, so he was like, we'll discuss further payment, but I'm gonna tell my friends about this, and we told him about it. But then I think other priorities came up. So what happens there?
That's just it's one of the spires of Ithrin. You know how on the edge it has all those little pieces.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
Actually, if I remember correctly, because I had a bit of a flick through the book myself, I think that actually has the medallion to control
It does, yes.
the
shield
golem.
Guardian
Yeah,
That's where you would have gotten it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It also has one of the wizards, which is the plot that I removed entirely. One of the wizards from Luskan. But he's dead. It's his simulacrum.
Okay,
Yeah, it has
cool.
that Shield Guardian amulet. I don't think it has a lot
Yeah.
else.
Wait, can I
Still,
mention
Shield
about the...
Guardian.
Wait,
Shield
can I
Guardian still is pretty good.
Wait, can I mention about the Ythrin, the one of the...
Oh, hang on, I'll
endings?
just finish through this.
Oh, okay.
Refhead, Tribe Camp, you didn't go into any of those, they never came up. I cut the plot. There was going to be a plot that went to the Refhead Tribe Camp and Revel's End, the other one. But it didn't work out super great. Revel's End is a panopticon, a prison. It's quite cool.
Actually,
but
I've actually built that map in 3D because I was using that for the maximum security penitentiary that the four abreast could potentially be sent to in the Waterdeep campaign.
Yeah. I feel like I've heard rumors that Revel's End is going to be in the new movie, but I don't know about that. So
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
then after that is just the two Goliath things. The quest is just make them be friends.
Yeah.
The reward, nothing.
Yeah.
Or it's actually it'll still be in the quest tab, isn't it?
Yeah, the reward, fuck all. That was the specifically fuck all in the rewards listing there. So, Telly, what were you going to say?
Oh, I was saying okay, I looked at the endings, like the one ending is the bad ending where if we don't beat Earl, we lost, and the Eternal Winter lasts even longer and whatever. The good ending is that we beat Earl, and we're yay. But then apparently there's another third ending, and that's
the Year of Chilled Marrow. Yeah.
So let me run you through this. So remember that brain, that jar in the brain.
It wasn't. I removed it because I didn't want to go to that part. Oh, I didn't remove it. I moved it to somewhere else in the city that you never went to.
We ran into a golem with the
Ariel Arthas had a staff of power.
Right.
And there was also that obelisk with the chronergy magic on it.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
If you hit them together, you trigger the third ending. So that obelisk is identical to the one in Dungeon of the Mad Mage and Tomb of Horrors, Or Tomb of Anila. You know the obelisk that if you tip it over, it lets out a big monster.
All right, yeah, it has the
Yeah.
Nelfish
And
name
Dungeon of the
inside
Mad
it.
Mage has the same one, except it lets out a celestial instead.
Ah.
And then this one is again the same. It has a celestial inside as well. But this is also like the master obelisk. If you hit it, it triggers all of them, and they all activate.
Oh.
So wait,
What
so like, what's the? Well,
They turn time back 1,500 years.
Oh.
So suddenly you're floating in. The city is no longer trapped deep beneath the glacier. Instead, it drifts among the clouds, its spires and other structures, agleam and undamaged. A sky coach glides overhead, bathing you briefly in its shadow before making its way towards the city's glass-enclosed skydock.
Wait, can I
Dan,
also
there's
add
a
one
bunch of wizards around.
Wow.
Wait, I want to add another one quick thing. You have to not only survive like the blast, like the destructive blast streak, but also you also have to like pass a Constitution saving throw, or otherwise you revert 10. You become 10 years younger, and then that means once you go back in time, you'll like end up like reverting like 10 years, 10 years, or you become 10 years younger, or not 10 years younger.
Oh, when you hit the obelisk with the staff, it triggers Staff of Power's Retributive Strike.
Yeah.
And then also, it makes you 10 years younger.
Yeah.
If you survive 10 years younger, and all the other obelisks disintegrate,
So
and that's it.
imagine, like,
But so Staff of Power Retributive Strike for the person in it is very, like, the person hitting it is really dangerous. 16 times the number of charges damage. And it can have up to 20. So
imagine
320 damage potentially.
Nice.
Imagine like if we somehow like survive. Half of us will just turn into children. Telly would be like she's like 24. She'll be 14. She was
God, a
like,
teenage Telly. We would have to kill her.
Who had
Like,
that Staff of
role
Power?
model.
Does anyone remember?
I think I don't think anyone got it, if I'm perfectly honest.
no, we got it. It's just-
Lyle took it.
The ship. It went
Yeah,
down
Lyle
with the
took
ship.
it, I think. Oh yeah,
Yeah, we
I
just
think
got
Oh,
it.
it would be in the ship, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The ship
and
was
I think I
repaired.
was planning to take it, but then we made the custom item instead, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just take that instead.
Yeah, well, because the thing is, well, no, John wouldn't want to activate it yet, but he'd have it as a backup.
Wait, would John like also like Gress like turn into a teenager as well? He'll turn 12, or is it because like he's
No,
been
it
around
would.
for-
I don't think it would matter with Gresk, because Gresk's over 200 years old because of where he's been living.
Yeah.
So
But he's not actually aged for any of it. It would revert him to, like, because he presumably he grew in a Crethi or something outside of the plane, and then he stops aging, but that can still be reversed. It
Oh, okay,
wouldn't
that makes sense.
reverse, yeah.
So it reverses the physical age, not the chronological age. Yes.
Yeah, and so physically he is probably at about 22 because that's the prime age. So
Yes.
yeah, he would become about 12.
12. It's like damn it! Death to the mind flayers!
That'd be funny. Oh, so like, how does that? Like, I don't know. It's probably just like a probably small thing, but I'm guessing martial characters would be fucked. The magic characters would be less fucked because that's more mind shit than anything else. I think magic characters.
Technically, 10 years younger doesn't do anything to your stats.
No, stat-wise, yeah.
Also, like, Gresk would not be fucked because he still has a belt of giant strength.
He's the beefiest 12-year-old you'd ever want to see.
And his con, too, is set by magic items, so it wouldn't actually bother him. Maybe his dex would go down. Dex doesn't really need to go down.
The I was going to say I guess the other thing would be that our armor wouldn't fit anymore. So
Yeah.
Well, no, it's magic armor. It resizes.
Oh, true. Good point. Good point.
So Gress and Telly would just be young, and then meanwhile, like I think Laura would like get reversed too. Like how old? Like actually, I just realized how old is he supposed to be in game?
Yeah.
I think he's pretty young, actually.
Like maybe if he's young.
Well, I think it's like he just left his house.
Well, he's not here. Let's say around 18-ish.
I don't know. No, he's the middle child as well.
Oh yeah. But his older brother.
Well,
was
he's
way older.
his older brother is dead now. So sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
So he's like
So sad. I looked the way he died. It was just. It was like something like
Boo! Anti-oral gets killed.
And this is nice.
And both Betty and Lyle were telling him to stop protesting.
Yeah.
But he was like, I won't. My conscience won't let me.
Yes, he was a conscientious objector.
Yeah, it's like that little stupid.
I guess really the only other real big thing sort of curious about, because I think we've had this discussion a little bit, was just that the Shardolin dragon encounter.
Yeah, so that after you finish chapter 2, that's the Gnolls, Idascend, and all the higher level side quests, you move on to chapter 3, Sunblight, which is the original fortress. So originally the fortress is just built by Durgar. After Assemines joined the campaign, I liked the idea of it being a taken over fortress instead. So it was built by his family instead, and then they just taken it over. So they've built this fortress and they're collecting Chardolin, and you go to the castle, and this is I've mentioned this before, this is the poorly written part where as you get there, the door at the top opens up and the dragon flies out to go kill Icewind Dale. And travel times means you can only potentially save Bryn Shander. Every other town is destroyed. There's no way to get back fast enough. And the dragon is faster than you, so even if you do catch it in Duggan's Hole, which is the first place it goes, like say you teleport there, you fight it for a bit, and then it goes, okay, you've defended this town, good job, goes to Goodmead and destroys that. You can't teleport again, so you're racing after it, but it's like 3 times as fast as you. So it gets there with plenty of time, destroys Goodmead, you get there, everyone's dead, and you're like, oh, quickly to East Haven, but surprise, surprise, by the time you get to East Haven, Caer Konig is dead.
Yeah, because that was that clockwork map that we found that actually shows the attack pattern, so that's sort of the clue.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. You don't know where it's going first unless you explore the castle first, but while you're doing that, it is destroying Icewind
Dale. I remember.
So, as written, you can save Bryn Shander if you run directly there. You'll have enough time to prepare Bryn Shander. You can probably beat it too, because the dragon takes damage from the defenders of each town. If you don't get involved, it does win by default, like in all towns. But if you get involved, by the time it gets to Bryn Shander, I think it's very weak. Right. I've never actually looked at this chapter because I never ran it. Let me see. Target 10, Bryn Shander. Oh wait, Duggan's Hole, it takes no damage from Goodmead. East Haven deals 10 points of damage to it.
How much health does it have? Like originally?
Original dragon has 147.
That's not too bad.
Does it have like a magic resistance or something like that? Like it can't be damaged unless it's with magic weapons or some shit like that?
Well, you're expected to be level. What level are you supposed to be here?
No, I'm saying like why does like nothing ever actually like that?
Why are the people not hurting it? Yeah, it is a bit odd. Let's see. Does it have resistances?
It also has the ability to charm you.
Yeah, it is resistant to non-magical attacks. It has radiant resistance, immunity to cold and poison, and yes, it has malevolent presence, which you can use every turn.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So it's not like frightening presence. It charms you, doesn't it? So you think it's
better? Yeah, it's better than charm. It's you make a wisdom save, DC 16, or you're charmed for 1 minute, so it's a continual effect. And on your turn, you have to attack someone that the dragon chooses.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so the dragon basically controls you. You only make 1 attack per turn, but that's basically, it rocks up and the defenders are all killing each other rather than it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's using its breath weapon, wings, claw, and tail, etc.
That is pretty cool.
I agree.
But yeah, like I think if they'd written that so that you could actually effectively catch it, it would be a slightly better.
Well, even if they just pushed its getting out until
you've explored.
So you explore the thing, you get to the last room, you fight the boss, and then the dragon deploys. Maybe you even get around to fight it.
Yeah.
Do some early damage, and it gets out. And then you chase out. Oh, and then also make it slower.
Or give an option to to stop it from stopping the thing from going up, not super obvious, but something you could find it stops the trap so you can't the door to the top doesn't go open.
Really, you have to be able to get to the towns before it. But you can't make the party faster than it because then they'll just kill it before it goes anywhere. So I'm not entirely sure how you do it. You probably have to, I don't know, make it so that they know. Like, it deploys, but then it's not going to attack for a few days, so you have enough time to make preparations.
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, that's chapter 4, the actual attack. That's Destruction's Light, which is a cool name. This is where Harple normally appears as an
Yes.
actual wizard.
And she's the old woman, isn't she?
She's an old woman.
Not
yes.
not the sexy lady that.
Isn't she a necromancer as well?
She's also a necromancer. Oh yeah, she's also really poorly written because she shows up as like, get in, but she's got zombie wolves, and she's clearly a necromancer, and like kobold slaves. It's like, surely they're gonna kill her, right?
Yeah. So
Like,
get in.
Everybody would kill this woman.
It's like, get in. No.
My parents told me to kill people like you.
That probably would have worked with this party, but you kind of.
With us, it probably would have worked. Yeah, true.
Yeah, you kind of already fitted into the whatever.
Yeah, provided as with Izimenez not wanting to kill that particular version of Harple, that would have worked.
Yes, yeah, that whole situation.
Oh. Now.
Yeah. After that, it's chapter 5, Oral, where you kill Oral. 7th level. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
You don't have to kill her, but this is where she's clearly designed to be fought because she has lair actions.
Ah, okay.
She's also
Well,
really hard to get to because there's like this test where this is really dumb. I just cut this entirely because of how dumb it is. In the bottom room, instead of just being able to go directly to the rhyme, you have to pass through a set of doors, and each door has a word carved above it: cruelty, endurance, isolation, and preservation. And you have to do each test, and for each test you teleport to a Refed tribe camp, and you must do something to pass the test. But the thing is, it's not an illusion, it's happening at the time, which means that conveniently, right as you're going into the test, certain things are happening. And these aren't like average happening things. They're like, this camp has run out of food and is right now, they need to decide to eat the 4 oldest members or not. You have to show up and make this decision for them. Second test, you appear at a different camp, right as the camp is packing up and migrating. You just have to migrate with them. Third test, you teleport another camp where they try to kill you. That one at least makes sense. They're an evil tribe, not a good tribe.
Okay, fair enough. Don't know why any of them would actually take our word for it, but okay.
And then the last one. Oh well, I think Oral appears to them as well and tells them they have to do what she says.
Fair enough.
The last one, there's just some kid. What? There's just some kid. Oh, he's the last remaining member of his tribe, and you have to kill him. No, you have to save him. Okay.
Who
Same
knows?
difference.
With us, it's the same thing. We save him from a life of suffering. There we go.
Well, like the
Yeah.
first test with the elders, the only way to pass it is to kill them.
We will pass
Oh
that
no,
test.
you have to be
problem.
cruel. Oh, okay, this is dumb. You have to perform a cruel act, such as slaying the elders as the king commands. Or you can pass the test by walking away and letting them die. Like letting everyone die of starvation. Equally cruel.
Oh, right.
Easy for this party. Super easy for this.
Yeah.
party.
We would have passed that one in flying colours.
Just kill them all. Easy,
And that gets you into the rhyme, or the book, the Codicil of White, which you get the poem out of the Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
There's also one more room that didn't come up because Norman Normandy was dead, but characters to examine. Oh wait, what is this? Oh yeah, it's a room with 3 lifelike human ice sculptures. Blah blah blah. If you go in, Oral becomes aware of you, and if you've passed all the tests, or if you are a child who was born on midwinter, like Norman was, she asks if you'll court death to receive her blessing, and then you make a con save DC 21, and if you pass, you get the blessing of the Frostmaiden, which makes you immunity to cold and lets you cast Cone of Cold once per long rest. Wow, if you fail, you die.
So, for what
Oh no,
you
you're
get,
petrified. Turned ice.
Oh, even better.
Still, for what you get, I still think that's pretty cool. I think that's a good sort of risk.
Yeah,
factor
that
where you
reminds
really
me,
don't-
even if Lyle hadn't been praying, Oral could also see through Norman's eyes, because Norman was a child of midwinter.
No.
Oh,
That was his
Well,
secret.
good thing he
yeah.
was never here. Well, good thing he was never
That's
here.
he was there that time, but he has resistance called. He was there for like that session and one other.
Wasn't there like a way? Like I read like there was a way to sort of get past like the test, and that's just by waiting for one of the servants of Oral to go through the doors, and then you just go through it. I guess.
You might be able to, but she doesn't have any servant. Oh wait, yeah. If you fail them, yeah, that's also. This is how you can tell that they're not very good at writing. If they fail, it's like, wait, what? No shit. One of the frost druids shows up and does it for you. Yay, you're through. So it doesn't matter if you
It
fail.
doesn't matter if you fuck up. I think that was no, completely forgot what I was going to say. Never mind. It's gone.
Funny.
And I imagine the caves in the city was basically the same.
Caves of Hunger was basically running as is, except buffing Tekeli-li to super levels.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Giving him 3 forms and yeah.
The ability to not to die for an
The ability to not die unless he took enough radiant damage.
Yeah.
Or someone
Yeah,
spoke
so-
Celestial.
And that was just a really bad. Like I said, that situation was just very bad luck because we lost Izimenez and Telly missed.
Kept missing, yeah.
And Telly missed the
There
shot.
was a turn. There was like 2 turns where he would have died if Telly had managed to land a hit because Semni's had Radiant Breath.
Yeah.
But then he died, and then she started hitting. And
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
We just couldn't stack the radiant damage quickly enough.
Yeah.
That was just very bad luck. And then
Mm.
Emradel
I
to
feel
the
like
rescue
that-
with the double bag of holding.
Yeah.
Ithrin I
I'm so-
did almost as is. The only difference was I added some magic items to some of the towers to let them have more artifact type things, like the crown, the
Yeah.
beholder crown.
Oh, so what
I'm
was
Fighting,
the
we're fighting a demi-lich throughout the city. That's a thing in the actual game.
The original, yeah, it is a demi-lich.
You fight him multiple times.
You don't have to. He's not inclined to because he's a demi-lich, but he will. I think he will run away. I think he's put in as a random encounter.
Yeah,
So
but it's just
was there
it's-
a version of this that ended with us siding with the demi-lich?
Um,
Because I don't understand why you
if
were
one of
motivated-
you, if one of you had died, he would have helped. Yeah, but that required one of you die for him, or 2 actually at first, but he did reduce it to 1. The original demi-liches don't really have sentience anymore.
yeah, that is the skulls, the floating skulls.
Yeah, they don't speak languages. But yeah, I had him as soon as he killed the kobolds. He ate their souls and restored himself.
Oh, I thought it was because of me, and then I think Lyle got knocked out by the demi-lich, and then
No,
he
it had to actually kill to get the.
okay.
Oh yeah, actually yeah. So even if you do kill him in demi-lich form, demi-liches do reform as well.
he was just extra faster. Right.
But he's marked in as a random encounter, and also
Mm.
in the final room he's there. But he's a 1 in 10 random encounter.
Okay.
So what was all the options for like the mutated thing you could do by sacrificing health and
The mutated thing is I changed it.
Hmm.
Arboretum. Nope, not that one.
It was
Greenhouse.
like the flesh smith. It's
No,
where
accurate.
you-
Yeah, so the first version is put 80 hit points of blood in, same as normal. But it doesn't reduce. It just creates a small animal with a weird effect, like a baboon with poison bite, a cat with
Ah,
antenna that has blindside and tremor. I instead changed it to give a random fleshsmith upgrade from the inventor class, although I
Mm.
did reroll when they didn't make sense or if they were too high tier.
Okay.
Basically the lower tier ones.
I really wanted
Really?
to try it again last time, but I was like, God damn it, I have this damn slime like in my stomach, so I had to like slit it open to get that out. And then, like, I didn't want to heal myself because I didn't want to waste spell slots. And I'm like, okay, fine, I guess I'm not gonna take out the machine. Honestly, I loved like the machine thing being like, oh, you get like upgrades, like special bonuses if you donate some blood, and it's like, oh, that's so cool. The original one, I feel like that's kind of like, you just get animals. I never really like we never really went to the football field, and I mean like
I actually was
apparently
curious about that. How do you play Chain Lightning Ball?
Oh, Chain Lightning Ball. Let's see. It's pretty simple rules, actually. I quite liked it. Chain Lightning. Step 1, everyone makes an athletics check, and the person who gets the highest roll gets the ball. And that team is on offense. Then, to simulate the ball being passed around between everyone, every player makes an athletics check. DC 15. If the team on offense gets more successes than the team on defense, then one player on offense can choose either hurl the ball between the metal tines, like hurl the ball through one of the hoops, which will electrify it, or they can make an attack against a defending player with the ball. If you throw a ball in the electrified mast, you have to make an attack roll against AC 15, and if it hits, it becomes charged once. And then you return to step 1 and do it again, so you have to determine who gets the ball again. So you might throw it through the hoop, but then the defending team steals your ball after throwing it through the hoop, so it's a bit of a risk. But if you throw a ball at a player on defense, you make a ranged attack against their AC, and if you hit, they are eliminated. And if it's charged, for every charge, I think for every charge. Oh no, it can either be charged or not charged. So if it's charged, it deals a d6 of lightning damage to the eliminated player, and also hits another randomly determined player on the same team, and they're eliminated as well. So if you toss it through the hoop, it's now a double ball. It will hit 2 people.
Jesus.
That sounds fun. That sounds like fun. That'd be a fun thing to play.
I think the second one, so step 2, if like the team with the ball gets less successes than the team with defense, they lose the ball, and you re-roll for who gets the ball, and they don't get to make an attack. Oh, the ball also deals 1d4 bludgeoning damage on a hit. And so if you step into the arena, those blue-skinned folks show up and they play with you. They're immune to lightning damage, though.
Oh, those bastards.
But that makes so much fun. Oh man, that would have been.
They can still be eliminated by the lightning. They just can't be hurt by it.
Injured by it. Alright, cool. That makes sense.
You know what would be kind of funny? If our final battle with Irolothus just like takes place into
Let's throw down. Someone's up a ball.
It's like, let's settle
all
this
you
one
need is
fair and
like
square.
freaking Gresk. All you need is freaking Gresk with their like haste, with their super high strength.
Just put Lyle in. Have fun, suckers. Getting a 20 to win this game. Or shoot, Emerald would work the same.
Kelly too with his thing. His thing either or would just work.
I mean the AC, 'cause they have +6 to hit. Or +7 to hit. So they have, but yeah.
Like,
Or I'm saying that win or woe thing, because like either I can add to a score so it does catch, or I can negative to a score so they don't hit, or don't catch.
like telling you just like I just like be the cheerleader at the side like with my clothes like Grass, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can.
Yeah, I'm not doing it, Telly. Fuck off.
I think that's a fun mechanic. I think that's a fun mechanic.
Yeah, it's interesting. I do think it's kind of weird that they have like a little side football game introduced at the point where that's sort of when the plot's becoming the most urgent, or at least it was in your campaign.
It's not urgent in the original because Oral's already dead.
Right, okay.
You're frolicking through the city at that point.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
You just kill her outright, like even her third form.
When you fight her in her lair, you kill her first form. She instantly reforms on the same initiative, and now you have to fight her second form, and then you kill that, and she instantly reforms into her third form. There's no delay, and she reforms within 300 feet of her original, so she's going to keep on fighting you.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. Then Oral will not be the final
After
boss?
she dies, she discorporates and will be. Let me see. Yeah, so she discorporates. She is dead. However, she will resurrect on the next winter solstice. And what's weird is when she comes back, then she's at full power. She is weakened like she's meant to be weakened. The spell takes a lot out of her. But when she comes back, she's on full divine power. But as it says, her inclination is to retreat from the world and not allow herself to be imperiled by mortals once more.
So she does. So she
She's
turns.
just like, oh damn, that's so sad. I guess you guys win.
It sounds like the gods of Kryn, how they just got really annoyed and left. because Riceland basically kicked in the door of I think it was Tychesis or whatever it was, and literally beat the crap out of her, and the gods went, you know what, this sucks, fuck you guys, we're leaving. The gods literally left.
Like I would think like Oral will be like, oh man, it's like you'll I'll get you next time.
Or
Get-
if Auril is killed in her final form, she's dead until the next winter solstice, during
And
which her
when-
worshippers lose their spells and abilities from her.
Wait, wouldn't
Damn, so if
wait,
Lyle still worshipped him, he'd be screwed.
well, I mean, it's like, wait, and then wait, how long? Like,
No, he'd lose one level. He'd lose
Oh, yeah.
all his features with this one level into cleric,
Oh,
which I think he just got just so he could get like Shield of Faith.
Heavy armor proficiency,
and that too.
Oh yeah, and heavy armor. Yeah, that too.
which is granted by the subclass, not the class. So it would technically be from Auril.
well, like, wait. Will we need to be okay? So I guess like we wouldn't be racing on the clock. Like then you just bring in the Summer Star and be like, boom, there you go. Why do we need the scrolls? Is it because of the other threads?
The scrolls
What even-
don't do anything in the original. They're
Yes.
just there.
Yeah.
Also, in the original, the scroll of the Trask is permanent. So if you
Yes.
summon the Trask, if you haven't killed Auril yet and you summon the Trask, it's basically you're trading one problem for another. And the Trask can't be killed because unlike Auril, who's some CR12 bullshit, the Trask is a full-blown Trask,
Yeah,
and it will rampage.
yeah.
No,
That's
That's
a,
kind of funny too because she doesn't have resistance to non-magical weapons.
yeah. That is just a bizarre way that's the actual story is written. That's just really weird.
It's so. I mean, I think it's because their intention is a different plot. Is kind of the main plot, but Auril's on the front cover, so
Yeah,
that
that's
doesn't make a lot of sense.
yeah. That's what
So
I'm getting at.
The,
Yeah,
the supply removed. The what's it called? The wizards. I'm gonna go over that now because so they write it with three plots. First one, Durgar Despot. The Durgar is preparing to attack Icewind Dale. That one's actually pretty good. We didn't end up using it because of Semines, but I actually like the dragon attack. It just needs to be rewritten better.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's
Because the Durgar do show up throughout the little sandbox quest, so you can tell that they're doing something, and they're really well foreshadowed, I think.
Yeah, I think I'd like the Jogar quest on a whole, and I think there's some potential there.
Aural's Everlasting Rime is fine. It's quite good. You just need to move Auril so she doesn't die in chapter 5. And then the last one, Netherese Necropolis, what seems to actually be the main plot. And more importantly, at the bottom, the Arcane Brotherhood. So, a cabal of wizards who act like Wild West gunslingers. I never saw that line. They do not. They're not written to act like Wild West gunslingers. Okay. Anyway, they are looking for Ithrin, hoping to unearth its secrets. Whether you choose to aid or oppose these wizards is up to you, but one thing is certain, the Brotherhood won't let a band of adventurers stand between them and the magic that awaits to be found. The thing is, so there's 4 wizards, they're not working together, they don't like each other, they all want to get to the thing first. So the first one is Harple.
Oh, okay.
Actually, can I... Arcane Brotherhood. So the Arcane Brotherhood sent 3 members to investigate. The Arcane Brotherhood is a group of wizards that comes from Luskan, the city of pirates.
Haha.
Yeah, so they sent 3, and then a 4th learnt about the expedition and went off on her own. First one, Velen Harple, a human necromancer from a famous family who brings a cadre of kobolds. Oh yeah, she is a Harple, one of the Harples. They're big in the Legend of Trizit. Or not big,
Word.
but they're around. Dazan, he's a wizard. He's dead when the campaign starts. He's the
Oh.
one who has a simulacrum. Oh no, he's not. You actually did see him. You remember in East Haven the first time you went, there was a wizard getting burned at the stake.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's Dazan.
Oh yeah, okay.
But his simulacrum is alive in the Netherese
Spire.
fortress or spire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a 9th level wizard. Okay. No, he's not. He's got 2nd level spells. Oh, because it's the simulacrum. Right, they're all gone. He is a 9th level wizard though. Okay. The second one. Oh no, that was the second one, Dazan. Yeah, so Harple is an old woman originally. She brought... Let me see. Oh, she brought a Professor Orb with her, which is like a orb that knows a lot about 4 specific things. Which was stolen by Nas Lantamir, who I removed, so you never got the orb. It's really funny because he knows these 4 things. Okay, they're completely random. I swear. The history of Netheril, vampires and the traits of vampires, and any maybe strange types of vampires. The Tarask, who knows why?
Oh, there you go.
And then the only one that's not specifically this campaign, rituals surrounding the making, bottling, and drinking of Elverquist, a rare ruby-colored elven liquor.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't see anything that could connect 3 of these together.
No.
It's like, oh, oh, I want to learn the 4th one. That has to be important.
So Harpal designed some Malcolm, and then the last 2, Nas Lantimir, she's the one who went off on her own after finding out about the expedition. She's also dead. Originally, she's on the island because she stole the orb and went to Oral's island to steal the Rime of the Frostmaiden, but then got killed.
Oh, so that was what you
I
replaced.
put the other Harpal there instead.
Yeah.
She is back as a ghost though. Can still cast spells as a ghost. That is odd.
Oh, so she's like she's a force ghost.
She also looks like a moaning merle.
Very good.
And then the last one is Avarice, a human albino tiefling. Oh, hang on.
A human albino. that's 2 different species simultaneously there.
A humanoid albino tiefling. She has a staff of frost. Wow. She is the dangerous one. Challenge 7. Well, then she shouldn't have a staff of frost. That's a tier 3 item. Anyway, she's a wizard. She's working with Levistus, so she's in that fortress. I did actually have her in. She died to the thing.
Wait, can I butt in real quick about Lephistus? What will happen, like, not gonna lie, Tim and I thought, like, Lephistus would be, like, kind of like the secret final boss, like, after we kill Oral. And then, like, I don't know, like, I know there were, like, in the book, there was, like, a cult of Lephistus, and I'm, like, thinking, okay, so I'm guessing they are, like, trying to release him, but in this campaign, we basically did, and we're like, okay, okay, got it. So, like, I guess,
Yeah, no, he doesn't. He's kind of odd. The Knights of the Black Sword are a secret society of cultists devoted to Levistus. Now, what do they want? Yep.
They want something. That's
What do they
sure.
want? Yes.
They were going to die. Levistus reached out and was like, "Serve me, and I'll save you." And he did, and they were like, "Yes, how can we serve you?" And he was like, "Wait, what? Oh shit. Make a cult." At least that's what I gather, because there's nothing else on him here. Actually, no, it's kind of odd. I think it's a little bit of... Because you'd think... So the Durgar serve a devil without realizing it, but they serve Asmodeus for some reason, even though Levistus makes a lot more sense here. Yeah.
That's it.
Weirdness.
That does seem to be it. Let me look.
So would, like,
Hang on,
Lephistus...
so you're... Wait a second, it's going to turn up his minute. Oh no, he's already turned up to maximum. All right, I can't... You're a bit quiet there, mate. I can't really hear you.
I said, Asmodai, make them repent.
Repent, motherfuckers!
So would Lephistus, like, now that, like, he's, like, released, like, what will happen with Gress? I would think, like, Lephistus would be like, ah, yes, Gress.
That was actually funny, because the anvil is in the original thing as an item. I was just like, oh, what? Levistus needs to actually ask something of Gresk, so let's have it be this anvil. And then Emerald was like, oh, he's found something. I was like, wait, what? Oh shit! Of course Levistus would want this.
Wait, you didn't even know? Like, wait, you were like...
No, I just wanted him. He just wanted something. But then, obviously, after that does make a lot more sense. So that is what the explanation for it is. Of course, he wants the anvil. It lets him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, I probably won't actually ever run a campaign where that matters. Oh no, it will matter in my Horde of the Dragon Queen in-person game, because Levistus will be more free, so it won't just be Asmodeus on the side. Or no, Asmodeus will be working with the dragons. Oh no, against the dragons, but Levistus might be a free agent on either side.
He's just trying to... He wants to usurp Asmodeus.
Yeah, and if Tiamat getting out helps, he'll do that. But yeah.
Wait,
I
will
also,
we
I
be-
also, I also love the tower of adamantium.
Yeah,
I just love.
yeah. That
it's
was
so
a weird thing. Yeah, it didn't even because that was the thing too. That was where you that swords that it cut through non-magical material, as a non-living material like butter. I didn't even. I just took that as flavor text. I didn't take that as actual rules.
No.
Yeah,
It's because what's it? The Way of Kings is a book series, and they've got shard blades, which are swords that can cut through anything, like butter.
Yeah.
Which I think are really cool. And then also, swords of sharpness in previous editions, I think, could do that, or maybe a specific one, Khazad-dûm.
wouldn't like actually
like what was the sorry, I don't mind. What was the original like sort of like how did you get in there like originally? Because I know it was like a bit cut off, and so how would you actually like fix it? If you could, like, did you really have to like break through adamantium?
Or I think originally only the woman who cast the spell is made of adamantium.
Ah, okay.
yeah.
But like she's an archmage, so I figured she could be stronger. There's also a bag of beans in there.
Oh,
A bag of. Do we have another different bag of beans?
just
I
another
feel
random
like you
thing.
found that bag of beans. I feel like that's in your party list. You just didn't use it.
No.
Yeah, because I remember a bag of beans, and I just don't remember what. I think it was just useless. I think we just made fun of it. And
Yeah,
then
we're
stuck
just
it in
laughing
there.
at that point.
So wait,
Yeah.
wouldn't like Gress like I guess like theoretically if like once like Gress succeed in that task, would Gress like somehow like become like Lephistus general or something, or will he
No.
just let him?
No, that was
No.
never the deal.
It just works for him still.
Yeah, like because Gress came to Icewind Dale, like he made the deal with Levistus saying, "Look, I want to get out of was it Cania? It is Cania, isn't it?
Yeah, wherever.
Yeah,
Is it not?
or am I thinking of a different?
Rest was stuck into Kenya?
No, he was stuck in the plane of chaos. Or
Limbo?
Well, no, because he's from Limbo, but he left Limbo and ended up in Levistus's realm, which I'm fairly certain is.
oh right, yeah, Kenya, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he ended up there, and then he made the deal. He made the deal with Levistus to get out of Kenya to go and complete his test. Like he'd spent like 200 years in hell, honing his skills, and then he wanted to go and hunt a mind flayer to become
to grow
a
up.
knight. Exactly.
Become a big boy.
Exactly. And so that was what he made the deal with, just to get out, and then then all that other shit happens. But I guess actually now that we're at this point here, that kind of leads us to what happens after the campaign with the characters. So if
Eventually, I see if Emerald's free on Thursdays and get him to play Emerald in the other campaign.
because
Otherwise
it was the one thing that Telly and I were talking about after other thing there. The one thing that in the moment, because it was so completely messed up at that stage, I'd forgotten that technically when Gress killed Telly, her soul would have downloaded into the armor. And so I really should have collected that. so after I think after Stelio did the funeral pyre or whatnot, I just imagine Gress is like, Gress is like, oh shit. he goes
So
back.
after the dramatic flight off into the sunset or the sunrise, it spins around and comes back down. So it's just poking the armor like, huh.
Yeah, it's like, sorry, I forgot. It's like, I'm sorry, I forgot my purse. So
yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
So actually, one thing I suggested to Finn to how to use Stelio, like I don't even have to be there, is that because he's a statue, was just like in future campaigns if he wants, he could just make Stelio his staff and his armor one giant sort of outgrown statue in any sort of random place.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even actually have to do anything. He can like one of my suggestions was that he becomes like the spell. He just has a permanent like druid grove if you want to go lower level, or if you want to go more plot wise, he's like the center of like a circle of druids. Or if you want to go like mechanical wise, if there's like a big like sort of like enemy area where like there's no like really conventional place for long rest, that around him and his giant like sort of radius of like sight, is a safe area for like the party.
It'd be kind of
And
like
if they rest there-
the peace tree in the
Yeah.
Expedition to the Barrier
Yeah,
Peaks. So while you're under the shade, no one can actually fight. Everyone's under the
Yes,
the
yes,
calm
and
And you
emotion
feel like
spell.
you feel like you need to go for a
You
swim.
need to go for a swim. Yeah, exactly. You need to go diving to the bottom of a large lake in your full
Or something, yeah, just
plate
something like that. We're just like just centered around like, because that's the one thing I was like, oh, that's a good way to use Stelios since he's technically a statue. I thought that would be cool to use him.
Yeah,
Like
so I think it was so Emeraldel, you're now off serving the Sword Lord in Finn's next campaign, yes?
He doesn't actually
That
have
is
to
a
be
perfect
serving
plan.
at that point. The Sword Lord considers the deal done, but if he wants to continue working with him, he can continue to get rewards.
I think at this point he had nothing left in this world, so there was no reason to stay.
Yeah.
So
I think it'd be very funny if I get to my the high level campaign and the Sword Lord is still kicking around. Because I don't actually think the players in Shard World will kill him. He's not the threat. Like they're dealing with Emrakul, which is a massive Cthulhian horror type thing that is twisting the world. It's going to destroy it. That's a bigger problem than the sword. Emrakul doesn't have a stat block because she's way stronger.
Yeah.
And also stolen directly from Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. And Izumenes is now just living in the he's gone to the afterlife, whichever afterlife
he's just dead.
he believed in.
As long as the afterlife is around, he'll be good.
Yeah. And then you've got and Lyle's now the new Frost
God of Winter.
Yeah, the new Frostmaiden.
Yeah, so we're all in agreement though that 100% Lyle flew up just to gain the power. He did not do it to save us from like the thing exploding. We can all be agree at that in our hearts.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wait, can we add on to more a bit with the grass part?
Well, no, I was just going to say, yeah. So what I'd discussed with Finn and with Telly. So the idea was after Gresk grabs the armor, the idea would be that Gresk would actually his new quest is basically trying to find a way to bring Telly back, essentially finding that wish spell to restore her, because I think we established that if we regenerate her via the armor through the Mind Flayer ship, she's still it's kind of like Ripley in Alien Resurrection. She still has the Mind Flayer DNA, so when she reformed with the parasite still in her head. So we've got to find a way to reform and then get the wish to get the parasite out of her.
The only thing, we also added that Telly would be like a ghost. Like she's still herself. But
Well,
she's
yeah, we weren't sure about that whether mechanically or not, but that was joking around with the idea that Gresk wearing Telly's armor, she's able to communicate with Gresk.
Yeah, you would be. The gnome was able to. It just chose never. The gnome Ceramorph. It just chose never to.
Yeah.
So it was.
So sort of like the idea. So it's still the adventures of Gresk and Telly, but Telly's just the angry, annoying angel on Gresk's shoulder.
So nothing has changed.
Nothing's changed. No.
Ellie's dead. Yes.
You got yes. In the end, just
I forgave her and she died. What the fuck?
You died, and then you're like, all right, well, I was like, I'm sorry, Telly. And then Izumenes is like, wait a minute, Telly died? What the fuck?
I hope she has a long life, Zago. Yeah, me too.
Stab.
What are you doing here? Just like Telly's ghost appears.
I was like, I don't know.
Imagine
What the fuck?
I like to imagine Menez met Scorn in the afterlife, in hell.
Just
catch a wave.
So, would that work with Telly being able to communicate with Gress? And I'm kind of guessing because since both of them are psionics, they can somehow communicate telepathically.
Yeah, no, that's what he said. The gnome that was in the armor could technically have communicated. He just chose not to.
Yeah, and you could have communicated with them as well, but you chose not to because you didn't want to. Because why would you want to?
It wouldn't work. I actually thought it wouldn't work.
Would Gresk be looking for someone else to cast Wish, or just go to John and do what John wants?
Honestly, I don't. It was not really anything that I really thought of to too hard.
Yeah.
Like basically, like he just like the idea is that he'd stick around Icewind Dale for a little bit, clean up the mess because that'd be what Telly would want him to do, and then just go off on other adventures. So whether or not that would be to
John can't help immediately, but if you help him find this, because he is under wish stress.
Yeah,
but
I kind of imagine the idea would be like if John came to him and asked him if he wanted anything from him, then sure. Otherwise, he'd just head off to a different location somewhere in Faerun.
Actually, Telly would pop up and be like, "Wait, talk to John. He's like a powerful wizard. Maybe he has to wish and he can bring me back to life."
Well, there we go. Yeah,
and then Quest goes, "Shut up, Telly."
Yeah, shut up, Telly. Shut up,
Telly. Not Telly.
John's creepy.
Yeah.
I still love Scorn's last words. I still love Scorn.
Yeah, shut up, Telly.
I can imagine John being like Herbert from Family Guy. Oh, hey there, Grace. Hey there, Grace.
Okay,
Want me to cast wish for you?
I immediately regret this decision. See you later.
Like, same here.
Come back, Grace.
And let me give you let me give you a good puck of cheek.
What is it? I think one of my favorite Herbert moments was that there was like the mattresses and the dolls like the kid dolls on the.
This has to be a trap.
Yeah, he goes, "How is this not a trap?"
or John's like the creepy butler or caretaker in Scary Movie 2. Who would like to fuck the pants.
Oh yes, it goes, you must take my strong hand.
I love the Scary Movies too.
All right.
We didn't even like a bit of like role playing session between me and Tim, like just like enacting like how would Telly and Grass would respond after that, like.
Oh yeah.
Kill me! You were gonna turn into a mind flare. Oh yeah. Well, I'm still mad at you about that.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
I saw Scorn while I was still dead for a little bit. He flicked me off. I like to imagine this.
Yes.
Just in that
sense.
All the plot points for the other campaign.
Oh yeah, I saw those. Now I can steal them and put them in my campaign.
You better steal Blood Bowl. That was my favorite one.
Blood Ball.
It was Vampire Soccer. It was Vampire Soccer, but they had weapons.
This was all for Dracula's entertainment, and so he could earn back the money he bet away.
Finn, I think
like one of the bottom ones.
So yeah, Finn, it could have been. I don't know if you could, but could you put in that game, the electric ball game, in like the other campaign? Because that'd be fun.
John spreads it across Tarl and then across the Spelljamming universe because it's his favorite game.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just because I actually want to try it. I think it'd be fun with these new characters.
He sets up a lightning ball league.
He sets up a lightning ball league. Oh my god, John's undead versus I don't know what's the thing like there. Some random. Oh, that'd be fun.
Wait.
Well, yeah. Today we have the Vampirates versus the Happy Beholder.
So
that'd be a fun little set. Oh, that'd be. No, you go. Sorry.
What would Emmendale do? Like, well, like, I mean, I know you said like he doesn't want he doesn't feel like being part of the material plane. I'm guessing like what is he gonna do specifically? Just hanging around with the Sword Lord?
Hang around. The Sword Lord doesn't seem like, hey, do you want to go out for drinks, kind of buddy? So I don't know. Maybe look for a new life somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd be more interested in seeing what Freak is up to, because Freak was the guy with the genuinely good intentions. Like, Emperor was in it just to murder everybody who wronged him. But
what's wrong with that?
Freak, I think, wanted just to be free. Like, he wanted to no longer be a servant of hell, and he got it. So, and he is the only one who has, like, Emperor, like it or not, he's still kind of leashed to the Sword Lord in that he jumped into this world at the Sword Lord's behest. So, Freak is now free. He can just make his own life.
You killed the morally better one. Good job.
Yeah. Ironic. Though honestly, I did not expect any of those things to go down the way they did.
But to tell you, there's no like two of the most unpredictable characters in this campaign were Telly and Lyle.
The thing with Freak, I added that scroll, the other scroll, to let him not need to take the comet, but I actually did much prefer him taking the comet. It would have been anticlimactic for him not to.
Yeah, I think the way it built up, there was no way that was
Yeah.
going to play out.
The enhancement thing as well, that is... Yeah. I quite like the idea of like a potion or a scroll that you can take and you're just level 20 for an hour.
Fucking OP as fuck.
Yeah, that sword lord is a lot stronger than original sword lord that they fought in Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it has about 400 more hit points. Its attacks, it also has more of... It does less damage because it doesn't have any of the poison damage on it, but the sword lord does a lot of poison damage.
Yeah.
So real quick, for Isomenace and Scorn, like, where are they in the afterlife? I know, like, Scorn,
I don't know.
okay.
Scorn is on one of the layers of the abyss, which is typically normally quite bad for you, but it's good for him because he's a champion of Sokola.
Yeah, I'm just imagining because Scorn would be part of the Blood War at this point.
He would.
Yeah,
yeah. So whenever Sokola launches a raid in Avernus, Scorn would be right there.
Yeah.
Although Scorn is also simultaneously kind of in Irathad in the sea, the Sword Ghost, the Scorn of the Sea. But it's not really him; it's an echo of him.
Oh yeah, the corpse of
Oh, the
Scorn with
Sharktopus,
the,
yeah.
the shark. Scorn of the Sea, yeah, he's.
And then Asamones would just be in some heaven, I assume, or maybe some hell.
Probably hell.
Somebody I wanted to go with.
I don't know if
Sin just conquering the world, or
I don't know if Asamones had a god, but none of Asamones' actions would necessarily break with his god. He didn't kill random people for no reason. He killed people for vengeance. So if his god was like a sufficiently lawful god, he'd be still good to go to the afterlife.
I didn't really have a god. Semines was an atheist. He had a.
Oh, okay. An atheist. Then canonically, you become part of the eternal torment wall.
I was about to say you're gonna get stuck in the wall. Yeah, you're another brick in the wall now.
Jeez. And then canonically, I guess like now Talia and Tim are like just kind of like going on adventures together, and then trying to get to, like,
I really do like Stelio. I really do like.
Oh yeah, Lyle mentioned this to me. Like 2 weeks later, Lyle starts the Eternal Night spell again.
What was in that question? What was in the ice block that Oral was holding back?
That was it. That's not in the campaign. That's a setup for a future campaign, which Spelljammer will continue a bit. But it's
spoilers.
Yeah, it was just a guy with black spikes driven through his eyes, basically.
Oh my god, Lyle, what the fuck? So
Really?
we beat Earl. We have now a happy ending. Let's go, Grace. Hey, my dude, I'm gonna
turn out the lights now.
Look at
3 years later, 7 towns is down to no towns. And the Yetis reign supreme.
with the fleet of mecha kobolds that he made.
He's got mech suit kobolds.
Kelly and Chris like hear about this and like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Yeah, Gresk isn't dealing with that shit, Telly. It's fine. We're going someplace. We're going someplace warm because fuck the cold.
I'm like, but Lyle, you just turned on the eternal.
Yeah, we go to Bali.
I can't believe you, Lyle. I would think like, okay, he wouldn't
really.
You really can't believe that's pretty obvious to me, actually. I'm perfectly honest.
Yeah, it's like, even Stelio with his like little bit of experience would 100% believe Lyle would do that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think
exactly like some Lyle would do.
We're about to hit the 2-hour mark, so I think that's probably a good place to.
Yeah, we're kind of just referencing Spelljammer.
Yeah. So I think that's a good point to end it there. So I guess with that we can say goodbye to these characters, at least for now. They may show up in other campaigns later on, but
I might actually end up streaming not session 0, but maybe session 1. But I want to see like if this party, like the other party, wants to, if they don't mind me streaming. But anyway.
For the Spelljammer one.
Yeah, for the Spelljammer one.
All right,
yeah.
Cool. Oh, either way, we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, for now, thank you to everyone who played in this campaign. For those that are not here, Lyle, Blue, Connor, and all the other people I can't remember are
Yeah.
Sile and the bird person and no,
Hark.
the icons have all shifted around. Isabel has left and came back, and now everyone's shuffled about again. Anyway,
Wonderful.
now I'm gonna get. Now you're currently playing Emradell and Freak. There is a menace.
Good.
And Finn, was it? Oh, Emradell, you're now Finn. You're now the DM, and Finn, you're now both versions of Isamenez. But anyway,
Vengeance!
thank you to the players, Isamenez.
My pleasure.
Vengeance!
Goodbye there.
Emradell,
The last time, farewell, everyone, and good night.
Scorn, Purge,
This
Stelio.
Oh, Rune, as I'm known on Discord.
Yes.
But this has been a hell of a year with this campaign.
Telly,
Goodbye.
I was Craig. Actually, I've got the cup here. I was Craig and Kresk, and of course, thank you to our humble DM Finn.
Yes, I'm the best DM in the world.
And until next time, everybody, remember to keep on blending. And 1, 2, 3, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Bye.